a Forge Master, all working together to
Yes.
make crazy things happen, versus a Canadian Threshold descendant, Rug Delver. Basically the update of Canadian Threshold.
Yes. So,
Turn 1 Delver.
I think strike those names, reverse them, but let's see. Turn 1 Delver for the Delver deck. Turn 1 Citadel. Lotus Petal.
Cracks it. Is it going to
Cracks
be a
the pedal.
gamble?
Gamble.
Woo! I love the gamble.
Love me a gamble. Let's see.
Gamble Welder is such an awesome little combo.
For what it's worth, one of the cards we really, really like out of this Mud deck against the Delver deck is Blood Moon.
Yeah, there are multiple Blood Moons main, and 2 Blood Moons main, another Blood Moon in the sideboard. Very, very oppressive for a deck like Rug Delver. We're going to see also the possibility after sideboard of 3 Trinispheres. Also just being really problematic for a deck that wants to be really efficient with its mana. A single Trinisphere might make Aaron unable to cast anything, but even if he does get the mana out, he's almost certainly only going to cast 1 spell a turn.
Yeah. I mean, there's only an island in Aaron's deck that dodges the Blood Moon, but Gamble, it looks... Can't tell
What
it
did he discard there? I didn't see the discard.
Let's see. It's covered up by my name. There we go. Hit Wormcoil Engine into the graveyard. I'm betting Zach looked for a Metalworker. Yeah, he's got a City of Traders. Gonna run up into that Metalworker next turn.
I see a Grim Monolith.
Metalworker looks like another Wormcoil, and a couple cards that flash by a little too fast. Gamble, and then in hand.
We can't see the hand, but let's see.
Brainstorm, Delver flips, revealing Brainstorm. Just gonna try and kill him as fast as possible before he can do any shenanigans. When in doubt, if your opponent's doing something crazy, just go kill them.
City of Traders, Metalworker. Now they have access to each other's deck lists. Aaron could have a Daze here. There's a Daze.
Daze for the Metalworker.
What do you think about that play? He could have cast a Grim Lavamancer into the Metalworker.
Yeah, it's possible. I just don't want to let that Metalworker get active at all. I don't want any chance
But
of
I'm
it.
saying Zach could have cast a Grim Monolith into...
Oh, Grim Monolith into the Daze, you mean? Oh,
So then he'd be able to cast the Metalworker through a Daze.
I don't know. I might just go for it. If he doesn't have it, I think that's what you need to have happen.
Here's the Grim Monolith a turn later.
Yep. Let's see. I think if you're a Grim Monolith thing, you're setting up for the Wormcoil. I think this actually gets him exactly where the Metalworker would through a Daze. 6 mana for that. Let's see. If this other Delver flips, it could get ugly very fast. Oh, he's just going for it right now. Wormcoil Engine. City of Traders replacing City of Traders, but Force of Will is going to keep this off the board. It's possible that Rug could just run away with this. Just counter your spell, counter your spell. I mean, waste your land even seems devastating at times for this Metalworker deck.
What does Zach even have left in his hand right now? He's got 2 Wormcoils in the yard right now.
Yep.
He's only got 3 mana active in play, but one of them is the City of Traders. So if he wants to get more, he's either got to find some more artifact mana to cast or lose his City of Traders after he gets a little burst.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited to see if he can get some voltaic key action going. Oh, there is a Force of Will revealed to Delver.
Ugh.
That's probably a lock about now. Zach Hicks dead in 2 more swings. Dead to a Lightning Bolt in 1 swing. Facing down a Force of Will when his deck is playing 1 spell a turn. This does not look good for him at all. Nope, that's just packing it in. Going to game 2.
I mean, honestly, that was a very quick game 1. I think that you have each other's deck lists. What does Aaron do if you've got the Resolved Metalworker there? I mean, yes, it's possible he has a burn spell in hand, but I think you just toss out the Grim Monolith, use it up, get down a Daze safe Metalworker.
Well, I think the issue is that if he goes that route, he no longer has... He wants to use the Grim Monolith mana to cast the Worm... Like, what ended up happening is he got to the same point he wanted to with the Metalworker, where he cast the Wormcoil Engine. And then he could have won that, like... all he's trying to do is cast the Wormcoil.
Yeah.
So getting the Metalworker, like, jumping through hoops to get the Metalworker in play. If the Metalworker dies, he can't cast the Wormcoil. Same as
That's
if it gets
fair.
dazed.
So if it gets bolted, okay.
Right.
Okay,
But-
that's acceptable, that's acceptable. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here with Ari Lax. This is the top 8 of the Star City Games Live in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're finishing up 2 awesome days of tournament magic.
Yes.
We just saw a very quick win from Aaron White playing the Rug Delver deck.
Yes.
So what I have though for you all is a trivia question, so one of you at home can also win. This win will be 3 free months of premium. And this actually is going to go back to things that have been said not only just moments ago, but a little bit throughout the weekend and over the last couple of weeks. So we are seeing Aaron White here playing Rug Delver. If you want to get in on the free 3 months of premium, tweet to SCG Premium, you can see it right there, the hashtag SCG Premium, the correct answer to this question. What is the older deck list name for Rug Delver in Legacy? It's an update, basically, of a classic Legacy list. What is the name of the classic version of this?
I think this is the kind of list that I think like Ben Weinberg was known for playing this for a while.
Right.
I know one of my friends, Paul Nicolo, from back at the Flash Grand Prix, managed to pull a top 8 out with this really odd kind of fair deck list. Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
We're gonna cast Flash and go Infinite. You're just gonna cast Nimble Mongoose?
So the question, hashtag SCG Premium, what older deck name could be applied to the Rug Delver aggressive lists that we see now? And you want to put that to hashtag SCG Premium. And we're going to go back now to Aaron White versus Zach Hicks. Aaron White's sideboard only has 2 Ancient Grudge, but we saw what happened there. He didn't really need anything to, special. He just had Delvers plus some counters. Only 2 Ancient Grudge. I don't think there's much else in there for him. I mean, would you like counterbalance here or not really?
Not really. I think he just boards out either Stifle or Spell Snare against this deck. Probably Stifle.
On the other side, go ahead.
I might board out, I don't think Stifle does enough. I think he wants to board out Stifle and board in 1 top, just sort of fixing. I mean, Stifle can counter a Forge Master, but I just don't want it against these non-fetch lands.
On the other side of the world, we see the opportunity for Trinisphere, Blood Moon, and Powder Keg as being easy possibilities to come on in. And if he wants to get a little bit more wacky, Steel Hellkite is actually pretty scary if it hits the table.
I kind of like Chaos Warp as an answer to it, like these few threats. By the way, Chaos Warp, a commander card alongside your Scavenging Ooze and Flusterstorm, finally making an appearance. 2 in a red. I actually had to look up if this is an instant or sorcery.
It's an instant.
Really?
Red 2 instant. Target permanent gets shuffled away.
And its owner flips the top card of the deck, and if it's a permanent, it gets slammed into play.
Does it go to the graveyard, or does it get shuffled in?
It gets shuffled in. You can hit the same thing if you shuffle well. Let's see what else. I don't know about Steel Hellkite. I think
I'm just throwing out brainstorm sessions. I like the 3 drops to begin with.
Actually, I think Hellkite might be better than Blightsteel Colossus in this matchup. I don't think you're going to be doing that too much. Just any of the big guys is probably good enough. Blood Moon, for sure. Spellskite, maybe. Definitely Powder Keg, though. Definitely want Powder Keg for these Delvers. Powder Keg is a bit of an oldie but goodie. You know, Ratchet Bomb, but
well, it can kill the artifact lands.
You do have your own artifact lands, but yes, it can kill artifact lands.
I mean, I don't really care about killing my own. Actually, let me change that. Having played Welder in the past with artifact lands, sometimes you are praying to get one of your artifact lands in the yard as a mana accelerator. That's
true. That is true. So there's a little bit of game with Powder Keg. Powder Keg also does not hit enchantments, but I don't know how relevant that is. I think these Ancient Grudges are going to be huge.
Only 2 of them, but they are very, very powerful if he draws one.
I know a fair amount about not drawing 2 Ancient Grudges from my opponent's side, so I guess that's always an out. Let's see here.
Zach Hicks shuffling up. Aaron White looks ready. Zach presents. A little unhappy about that quick loss.
Interesting note on this Mud deck. 0 Chalice of the Voids. That's a typically seen card.
That's so shocking to me. You know, I was playing in playtesting, and with my friend Ronnie, he played a Chalice control deck at the Modern Grand Prix in Lincoln, and Chalice was so powerful, but I think Chalice is even more powerful in Legacy.
Yeah, Chalice is very good against all these Brainstorms and similar cards. Just shuts off access to the best card in the format. But in Zach, it looks like he's saying, I don't want a Chalice, I want to cast my own 1-drops. I want Welder, I want Voltaic Key, I want Gamble, I want my 0-drops, I want Mox Opals and Lotus Petals. He just wants, and he has a top in his deck. He actually has enough spread on the curve as opposed to some of the usual mud decks that he doesn't really want to chalice.
Turn one Mountain
for
Goat.
Zach.
Whoa. Mountain Go. It's not the most exciting start for a deck like Zach Hicks.
Let's see. Fetching away off a Scalding Tarn. Interesting to note, all these fetch lands in the Rug deck, all they have to do is get an island. They can fetch any card in the deck. Misty Rain for a Scalding Tarn, only really necessary. Actually, not at all. They just happen to be maybe, you know, more appropriate, but I definitely, when I played Rug, was playing with Polluted Dells, just trying to throw people off. So if that's a marginal advantage, or even just dodging a Pithing Needle. So Ponder off a basic island for Aaron. A bit of Fear of Blood Moon, because he's seen the list. His one basic. Most of these lists, though, don't have any basics. Let's see. Keep or shuffle? Keep or shuffle? I always like it when my opponents shuffle with Ponder. You know, if they keep... I guess with Ponder, it's a bit more of a trap sometimes. They're like, yeah, I'll keep 2 bad cards and a good card, or a really good card and 2 bad cards. But with, like, Preordain, if they ship both, I'm much happier than if they keep one. That means they did not find what they needed.
Turn 2 for Zach Hicks. What's he going to get here? It would be awesome if he had a City of Traders and a 3-drop.
That might be the Hall of the Bandit Lord. That is, in fact, Hall of the Bandit Lord.
Boy.
And a Goblin Welder. Judge Promo Goblin Welder, in fact. So, Hall of the Bandit Lord. Artifact. Or not artifact. It's a land. Taps for colorless. That's what I'm thinking. Comes into play tapped. Taps for a colorless. You have to pay 3 life for the colorless mana. But if you use it, if you cast a creature out the colorless mana, it gets haste. So it's
amazing.
In the same vein as Beside You, but it just never really saw play because, you know, when are you just going to want to cast one creature?
When you see a card like that,
immediately wastelanded.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
You don't want that
What
to
is
happen.
this? Oh god, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah. So, interestingly, a living Goblin Welder. Normally, if a Goblin Welder lives, things are pretty rough for you.
Things are going to get a little bit wild.
Does not have anything going on yet. But let's say he gambles, for example, and discards an artifact. That's like that, for example, is one of the old school ways to make Welder do something fast and furious.
Now something I've heard discussion about, Faithless Looting exists. You can loot into
that's pretty cool.
But he does not have that in his deck. I don't know if there's a room for that somewhere, but that seems really awesome to me. This is the kind of deck where you might have a lot of random sort of maybe dead, maybe live cards, and you sort of filter into what you want. So Zach untaps with an active Welder.
City of
Traders. Is a Metalworker?
Trinisphere. Oh my goodness gracious me.
That card is awesome.
If this resolves, I think Aaron is done.
Aaron has the daze, but he's still stuck on this one land.
Next turn, all that Zach needs is a great furnace.
1 from Welder.
Yeah. A furnace will mean the Trinisphere comes out.
He has it in hand. He has it in hand right now.
Oh, there's a
Wasteland the City.
Doesn't do so much.
Good thing I was going to sacrifice that anyways.
Guess what? GG.
Oh, he has another city. It's not necessarily... Oh, he has no lands. This is the second time we've had Aaron White on camera with no permanents in play. He, in his first game in the Swiss, was wastelanded out and stuck on no lands in play and just died, and then won the next 2. He is currently on no permanents against a Trinisphere. That is not what he wants to see.
I don't think anything is going to happen here that's at all
City,
good for Aaron.
Paying 3. Oh, yeah, Metalworker costs 3 anyways.
Yep. Nothing to return.
Can't force a will. Can't play a response. Welder in for 1. Don't really want to weld out any of these guys for a Great Furnace, right? Oh, guess I'll play another land and not cast a spell with my 2 mana because you can't. Trinisphere is real rough.
Trinisphere is a house.
That's an Ancient Grudge? Yeah, that's not. Good luck with that. Oh, yeah, you're still a ways away. Metalworker.
1, 2,
Lodestone
3,
Golem,
4,
Spine of Ishta,
5, 6, 7, 8
mana. Oh,
Spine. He can spine away that green land.
He can spine the. He's gonna spine the land. He can weld out the spine, return it to his hand, get the furnace back into play, and just start going wild here with playing a Lodestone Golem. Oh wow. Oh, just everything. We're going to be back to no permanents to play again very soon for Aaron.
Lodestone
no
Golem.
permanents to play. To be fair, Lodestone Golem Trinisphere does not work in Zach's favor.
The way you think about the Trinisphere requires a minimum of 3 casting cost, and Lodestone Golem will contribute to that minimum. It doesn't make Trinisphere a Fornisphere, if you want to think of it like that.
When you're just wondering about Trinisphere, it always applies last, after replicate costs, after kicker costs, after all other additional costs. So that is a scoop from Aaron before he gets down to no permanence in play. Is there a word for that? Is it like board bent, like hell bent? Is there something?
If you play certain old formats, like say the 5-color format, the 250 format, if you have no permanence in play, if you try to speak, players will tell you, no, you cannot speak. You are not playing.
Mud deck wins. It crushes you.
You know, one of the things about, and I know that Mud isn't a quote-unquote prison deck, but it has some remnants of it, because it's got Blood Moons, it's got these Trinispheres from the board, and it's got this ability with the Lodestone Golem to hold things down. It has these things that feel prison-ish.
If I remember correctly, there was a second place list that was kind of similar with Golgotha Forge Masters in Indy last year. I think that list was more of a prison deck, though. Like, it had the Chalice.
That one had the Chalice action going
I think there's just a lot of options, and which is very funny for this all-artifact deck. There's a lot of options in what you can play.
Now, one of the things that the traditional prisons from a million years ago would run Armageddon as a way to lock down your mana. But these days, sometimes you'll see Armageddon. You know, we've seen Armageddon show up from time to time. But what these red decks do instead is what they generally just have a massive disruption of your mana with Trinisphere and other things. Chalice is something that's pretty common.
Yes.
And the whole point is this. A prison deck is a prison deck because it makes the spells you cast not work.
Yeah, it just... What are you going to do? Nothing.
What are you going to do this turn? Still can't do anything.
Yeah. Something that's kind of fallen out of favor is this sort of, I guess, white stacks or like Dutch stack. And then now, admittedly, in the case of Dutch stacks, that deck has 4 moats. That might be part of the reason, but there's a lot of like white stacks.
How much is a moat worth these days?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
I think for the price of 4 moats, you could probably get most other legacy decks.
I believe it. I mean, every time I've cast a moat, it's been a moat I borrowed.
I remember comically hiding a moat from my friend as he was scrambling around to find cards.
Well, I was building a deck for an event. I had my moat that I borrowed and my tabernacle that I borrowed, and I couldn't find anyone to lend me a Ravages of War to go with my Armageddon.
That card isn't.
I wanted to do the split seas, 1 Armageddon, 1 Ravages of War, and no one would do it for me.
I think just on principle, Dutch stacks might just run 4 Ravages of War. Just like, we're just boss. Like, it has tabernacles too.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I think it's just vying for the position of single most expensive deck in Legacy alongside the Abyss Nether Void blue-black stacks deck. So it looks like we're off to game 3 here. Is Zach mulliganing?
Zach's mulliganing.
Now, this deck does mulligan a lot, but, you know...
Talking about Zach's deck?
Yeah, Zach's deck.
I think it's very good at mulliganing, though.
Metalworker loses a lot of power, but...
But Welder brings so much of that back.
Welder is awesome. I really wish he had Faithless Looting here to just go completely wild. Let's see here. Yeah, Batterskull. Man. Played the fair... Well, I guess this is fair. Zach also has a Staff of Domination in his deck for the infinite combo with Metalworker. He can just go off, gain infinite life, draw his deck, and... well, he doesn't kill you on the spot. He just kind of plays a bunch of Wormcoil Engines and... Oh, yeah, he does kill you. Blightsteel equip, kill you with Lightning Greaves. Yeah, Lightning Greaves also making an appearance. Let's see, there's a Great Furnace. Oh. Did he accidentally... Oh, no, I guess... Maybe that was a 7 he was looking at? Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like he has kept a 7 then, if I can count right. Great Furnace.
Yeah, Welder. Are we going to wait?
Mox Opal.
Mox? Well, still not able to cast that from... Okay,
Go.
pass.
Okay.
A second Great Furnace will give him the pseudo-affinity opening where Opal works.
Okay, Zach did in fact mulligan. Okay, there we go, 7. I was just seeing a few extra cards.
Brainstorm.
Main phase Brainstorm.
That's the time you cast it. That's the most popular time.
Let's see, does he hit? He has a Ponder. He can do the... Oh, there's a... Was that a Scalding Tarn?
I can't tell. The Tropical looks like it might go back. Oh, man, nope, he's keeping the Tropical. Put back another land, it looks like. Ancient Grudge, Force of Will, Snapcaster? Yeah, Snapcaster Mage.
He left in a Stifle, it looks like.
Stifle stopping a Goblin Welder just once can sometimes be enough to be able to keep a game from falling away from you.
Yeah, let's see. Is a Metalworker coming down this turn?
City of Traders. tap for 2. I think we're going to see. Look at this. He has the Metalworker. He has the Grim Monolith.
This is what you were talking about
he's
game
doing
1.
The slow play of the Metalworker
Though he does
instead.
have 5 mana right here. There's a lot of things. He could just 3 sphere. Just like, oh yeah, don't really want you casting multiple spells this turn.
Does he have a sphere in hand?
He does have a sphere, but actually,
do you know if he has it in hand?
yeah, it's right there.
Oh, I would cast it. I would do it before the Metalworker even.
Oh, he might just play Forge Master.
Oh, he's got a Forge Master? Ooh.
Does he want to play around
I
days?
want to wait around that one, though. It's so good.
I think you play Metalworker here.
I think you play the Trinisphere.
He has...
Force of Will, first of all, on the Grim Monolith.
The Grim Monolith. Oh, okay. We were still way back.
Yeah.
Before.
We're like, oh, what's he thinking about?
What's he going to do?
Rolling over. Nope. Aaron is telling him to hold up.
Hold, please. He has an Ancient Grudge in his hand, which is going to be devastating.
Ancient Grudge right here on that Greater Furnace, that Great Furnace is not a terrible play. Does he have a red source?
Yes.
There it is.
He kept the Volk.
Boom.
Boom. Now you're the one with no land.
Now look at that.
Play,
City of Traders. What's going to happen if he lays a land? Goodbye, City of Traders.
Yeah. He has not drawn an Ancient Tomb this match.
There's 2. Lay a land. Goodbye. I think he's going to cast Trinisphere now.
Yes. 3 sphere? With 1 land in play? Nope. Oh, in response.
Grudge it. Trinisphere?
Trinisphere?
Go.
Okay. So Aaron's just content to say you're going to lock yourself out of this game, and I'll just play the... So I guess he wanted to keep all of his lands, so he put the Scalding Tarn on top and just drew it last. Didn't want to shuffle away anything. That was just a brainstorm. I'll keep all of them.
Scalding Tarn.
Let's see.
Taps out maybe to cast a Ponder.
These Snapcaster mages get really bad about here.
Ponder, I'm guessing.
Pondering? I don't know. This 3-sphere could very easily backfire as long as Zach just draws an Ancient Tomb or anything. There's a Delver. There's a land. I think he wants the Delver in the land. He might be able to cast 2 spells a turn soon. Also, this Trinisphere takes Zach off of any Force Walls or Dazes he might have in this scenario right here. This is... I think killing that Mox Opal was potentially a little greedy right there.
Zach draws. Do we see a City of Traders or an Ancient Tomb?
Nope.
Nope.
There's a Batterskull. Ooh.
And now we're going to see I think we're going to see a Delver.
There's a Snapcaster on this, so he's probably going to crack one of these fetches this turn. I think he's going to play this Delver.
Yep.
I think he's going to play this Delver, crack this fetch, and hope to hit. That Stifle is... I don't know about it. I mean, he knows about Forge Master, but I don't really like it. Is that...
Pass,
nope.
says Zach.
Drago.
And this top of the library does...
He knows it's a Snapcaster. Opting to draw the Goblin Piker.
In for 1.
This is it. You've locked your opponent, you're going to apply mediocre beats, and you hope that's enough.
And a land from Zach would be really... A Wasteland?
That's Ancient Tomb.
Ancient Tomb. Zach's awesome. Metalworker.
Metalworker. Oh, wow.
I think that Metalworker is going to resolve.
It is.
There's no Force of Will in Aaron's hand to cast.
Yeah, no days.
And he can't go snappy into...
Pick up, read. Oh,
what does that do again?
no.
How much mana can you make? How many cards do you have in your hand?
I think the actual question was, back when, I think it was Bombhole played this deck in Indy, the actual question asked was, is that card legal? They let you do this?
I've had that thought before when I've seen Metalworker around.
Yeah, I was very amused. I was sitting next to it and busy getting completely stomped by a bug deck who just mainboarded every single possible interactive card against Storm. Just like sitting there miserable, like, oh. And then I hear, is that card legal? And I just look over, and he's tapping a Metalworker to put a Wormcoil Engine into play with a Goblin Welder there. I'm just like, you're playing Merfolk. You're not going to beat this. Let's see. Is there going to be... Ooh. Oh, wow. No EOT Goblin, or no EOT Core Merfolks. These Snapcasters are not going to be doing much against this 3-sphere.
So he looks. He's got a choice. He doesn't have to draw this card.
He can
He's
makeshift
clearly
loot.
not flipping it.
Makeshift loot. The Delver trick, you let the trigger resolve, ship it away. You can do this in limited with Deranged Assistant. I've seen that happen before.
If you're Patrick Sullivan, you can use Predict to get rid of it.
Patrick Sullivan. That sounds so dreamy with
He
Goblin
is.
Guide.
Patrick Sullivan is dreamy. It's just straight up true.
Well, I mean, I wasn't applying it to him, but yeah, sure.
Oh no,
Patrick Sullivan
that's
and
dreamy.
Predict go straight into the dreamy book alongside like Tom Ma and the inventor of the phrase.
We get to the shuffle away here. A volcanic island is grabbed.
Let's see. This Delver is not flipped. It's not. It's also a 1/1. Is Metalworker a 1/2?
1-2. You're correct.
Good old creature combat. Welcome to Mud and Legacy.
Now think of how many turns Zach just sat there with one land in play, a
Force of Will?
Trinosphere, and nothing happening.
I think if Aaron had not flashed back that Ancient Grudge, he would be in a much better position here.
Okay.
I understand he's afraid of an artifact lane coming down and getting to 3 mana, but this Metalworker.
Well, let's see how much mana he's gonna make.
Let's see. 2.
That's a Lodestone Golem,
4.
Wormcoil Engine,
6.
Koldatha Forge Master,
8.
Batterskull.
So he has 11 mana available to cast like Wormcoil Forge Master or something. Anything he wants. Actually, just anything he wants to do right now. I think Batterskull Wormcoil is where it's at. Welder?
Welder.
Oh, Welder was his last card.
Now, if you see a Welder and you are a Force of Will deck, you need the Welder to not resolve, or else everything happens from now on in.
Wow. I like how this Delver was just held off for a turn by this Metalworker. I'm just very amused by this like small interaction block.
I mean,
Dead.
you
Aaron-
have to Force of Will this. I think you just have to Force of Will.
Yeah, it's...
And then you have to hope you top deck an Ancient Grudge.
Yes. Well, how do you beat the Welder then? You have to top deck a Bolt.
That's what I said. You have to force
you
a
force the
Welder.
Welder. Draw a Grudge. That's your out?
I mean,
There's one left.
It resolves.
Oh, Wormcoil. Oh, no. I guess he's playing for more bolts. I think
Yeah.
you force the...
Oh, he already has used a Force of Will, so yeah, he's got more bolts, so he can bolt the Welder.
Yes. He has potentially up to 6 bolts to draw here. He has to force his Wormcoil. There's just no way it's not getting forced.
And there goes
Hard
the
cast.
Scalding Tarn.
Hard casting this Force of Will. If he had sequenced this into the Lodestone the other way around, he could have gotten dazed. Okay, so that's wrong. I was thinking that he could have played around a hard cast Force, but at pitching the blue card, it doesn't really matter too much. Let's see.
Force of Will to stop this.
Uh-oh. This Welder is just...
The Welder is the sickest.
What are these cards doing? Trinosphere, Metalworker, you've been banned before. You've been restricted. Ancient Tomb, you were banned. Get out of here. Does this deck win the restricted game? Or most banned or restricted cards?
And a land from Aaron White. He now has 6 lands in play. He can cast 2 spells this turn.
Yeah. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. This deck has 25 cards in the main deck that have been banned or restricted in another format. And then 3 Trinospheres on the sideboard. We have Metalworker. We have...
Hey, this deck is not without those cards. It's got a Sensei's Divining Top.
It's got Ponder. It's got Brainstorm. Or no, Brainstorm was never banned. It's got Ponder. That was banned. That's
okay.
This is the fight we're fighting.
Untap.
Brainstorm was restricted.
We've got a Welder in play. We're gonna tap for how much? It's a Lightning Greaves. Oh, Lodestone, Koldatha. You know what that actually means? I think he has a kill right now.
If he left in the Colossus, I don't think I'd want the Colossus. I think that I'll just make a Wormcoil. That's good enough for me in this matchup. I don't think you need... The Colossus is mostly so you can insta-kill these like show and tell decks.
He might have it, though, is what I'm saying.
He might. Just showboating for it. No.
Lodestone. Okay, does that work? Sound good?
I think he's just going to play some guys. Lodestone's probably just going to get immediately weldered out. Aaron can cast 2 spells this turn now.
Lightning Greaves.
Yep.
It's a good one. Greaves up something?
Was that 8 mana or 10 mana off the Metalworker? 8?
8. He's got a total of 11 mana.
One
so right
floating.
now, he spent 7 of the mana. He's got 4...
One floating. 3 open. Let's see here. Working. Welding back in.
Oh, Stifle.
Okay. Still in play.
Oh.
Okay, I have a 5/3. Rough life.
I will equip.
Oh my gosh. This deck goes exceedingly wild when it goes big.
Untargetable, hasty, lodestone golem coming on in.
Aaron White just okay. I'll attack. Then do it again next turn.
Go. Untap. Boo.
Okay. Delver, does this
finally
flip?
Ancient Grudge. Oh, Doctor.
He did not move the. Oh, he did not move the Greaves.
Oh.
Oh, but the Welder's in play. Never mind.
It's still pretty good. What can he do with this? Where does he start? Does he have to get rid of the Trinisphere to be in this game?
I don't know what's in his hand right now. It's Snapcaster.
But the Welder just keeps on making everything not matter that Aaron does.
It's like, oh, that's the best top deck in his deck, and he has a Goblin Welder. Yeah, he's just gonna get back like Worm Coil and just do everything. I think he. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay, draw. Draws another artifact. Okay, let's see what's going down here. Activate. Forge Master, Batter Skull.
It's 6 mana only.
Yeah, just 6 mana today. Only can't even cast 2 spells right now. I'm disappointed. He has to like well back in a Great Furnace to do that. Forge Master. Oh boy, this could just be the kill. You were talking about Blightsteel. He gets a. I guess the flashback gets the Greaves on the way back, so never mind. Forge Master. Jeez. Like, even if Aaron does get to kill all these things, like, what's he gonna kill? He has to kill the Lodestone to not die to damage. Like, this Delver's actually just staying on D, trying to trade with this Lodestone Golem as a 5/3. Like, Delvers on defense are not where you want to be at all.
And this just in from our plucky reporter on the floor, Glenn Jones. Anthony, and this name is a hard one. Fonuff, we'll say. Anthony with Burn wins 2-0 versus Stoneblade. And Bernardo Fonseca wins 2-0 with Elves versus Bant Maverick Crossbreed.
As we predicted.
Yep.
Legacy matchups are a lot of these like linear decks are just very, very 90-10 in all their matchups, it feels like. So let's see.
Forge Master is now hasty.
Forge Master, oh gosh, what can you get here?
Well, in theory,
you can get Sundering Titan.
Oh, Sundering Titan. You know what that can actually do? He can Armageddon Aaron White.
Armageddon targeting you. The Misty Rainforest does mean attack with this. If you want to block and trade. Okay, I'll just
block
sure,
and
dead.
Trade.
Don't really care about that. You just have nothing in play. You got an Ancient Grudge.
I really hope Zach Hicks makes it so that Aaron White can't speak.
I think Zach just is like, okay, I'll have an active Forge Master. If you ever Ancient Grudge anything with it on the stack, I do 7 different things and you die.
The Junk deck, Jeff Cosgrove versus Mark Reed. Junk is up a game to Bant.
Yep. Let's see, he has the Batter Skull in his hand.
Here's the 3 mana Ancient Grudge.
Ancient Grudge on the stack.
Targeting
Let's
what?
see what happens.
What did he target?
Probably the Greaves. Let's see. He can get Mindslaver. Ooh, oh my gosh.
He might just weld in response just to stop the first shot.
Yeah, I think you just weld in the Worm Coil in response. Yeah, sure. Okay. I'll trade. Tap Welder. Make 4 mana, essentially.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, we targeted the 3-sphere. There's now a Worm Coil engine in play. There's now a Cold Off the Forge Master that can sack the Worm Coil engine in play. And then you get 2 more artifacts to fuel the Forge Master next turn. And it's got the Greaves. Oh my gosh. Everything and anything.
I think you don't even let that Ancient Grudge resolve right now. You just like activate your Cold Off the Forge Master first.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you going to grudge? The Greaves? Okay, I'll...
To be fair, he can activate that Forge Master anytime. So as soon as the Grudge comes at something.
Unless... He actually knows, unless Aaron boarded in Submerge, he has no outs to a Blightsteel Colossus. If it's still in there. I think I wanted to board it out, but you got me talking about it. I'm just like, oh man, this is really cool.
I mean, having the option in your deck is a big deal.
It is. You can also just Mindslaver. I don't know about Mindslaver.
Actually, Mindslaver I think might be the good card to go.
Mindslaver, I don't know, against these like blue fair decks, I don't really like Mindslaver. It doesn't really get you too far. It's not like they have something like the old Mindslaver Arcbound Raptor interaction where they just have no permanents left, or like Something along those lines. Snapcaster Mage.
Snappy what? Snappy Brainstorm?
Yep.
A little bit of card advantages.
Okay. small grinds. I'll brainstorm. Okay. I'll make a Worm Coil engine. I've been saying all day, Legacy just needs more Titans. All these people are playing these 2-drops. Snapcaster Mage gets a little bit of value. Grave Titan kind of gets a lot.
Now, before you untap, give him the 7-10 split.
7-10 split?
The Sundering Titan.
Ooh, yeah. Well, he can't. Well, I don't know about that. He's got a ton of lands in play. You can't kill all of them in one shot.
He can kill a good amount of them.
Half of them?
Island, forest, mountain. He can kill half of them.
Kill half of them and just be like, go.
That's
but
okay.
He does have to sack the Greaves in order to do so, and I think he's just rather have this Forge Master around.
Fair
just
enough.
Sort of like,
fair enough. You're ruining my fun.
I know. I'm ruining the fun. This is the fun. No, this Forge Master, like, I'm just watching it play out, and I'm just like thinking, like, this is just.
Grudge on the Metalworker.
He's actually just playing Calvin Ball right here.
Here, hang on a second there. So the Grudge on the Metalworker, do you respond to that with your Golgotha Forge Master?
Nah.
Because you could sack the Forge Master, the
Aaron's,
Worm Coil, and
Aaron's
the Metalworker.
Just out of anything. Like, you just have... Aaron's actually just at 11. It has to... Oh, he's one short of having to chump block. No, he can weld back in the...
He can weld back in the Lodestone Golem. He can equip it and then swing.
Oh, no, Kolal the Forge Master is just going to turn sideways for 3 damage. The old Sea Snake, or it's not even Sea, it's Thraben Purebloods getting in there.
It's a 3/5?
Yeah, it's 3/5. It's a Siege Mastodon.
Iron Rich Tree Folk.
That's the original. I had this realization the other day. I think there's like a 3/6 for 5 in green that does like, it's the same cost, just 3/6. Green always gets the better creatures.
There's a 2/7. It has abilities even.
Silklash Spider?
There's also Yavimaya Ancients.
Or Indomitable Ancients, the 2/10.
That one costs white too, though. That's
true.
a different casting cost.
Yeah, it costs 4 instead of 5, but
Grim Monolith makes fun food for a Goblin Welder.
Gaining 6, going down to 8 on Aaron's part. This Forge Master just content to attack with the Lightning Greaves on it. Zach just passing with Welder up, able at any point to get back a Lodestone Golem. Aaron?
I would like to move that that Lightning Greaves over to my Welder. I'm not gonna lie, I really like a
Protected Welder.
Protected Welder.
I like that too. Aaron getting his last land in his deck. He has Wastelands and no more fetchable lands in his deck.
Armageddon.
Yeah, you didn't.
You have the technology.
You wanted permanents. You don't get those. Zach operating with all these 6-mana spells off of 2 lands in play. Metalworker's having a good day. Aaron just kind of sitting here like, I need like a...
You see 2
I don't
mana.
even know.
2 mana for a Tarmogoyf. It is
mana.
pretty tiny compared to a Worm Coil engine.
He needs like a Thieves Auction or something. That's what he needs, Thieves Auction.
Wow. Would Thieves Auction do it for him?
I think so. Drafting all the permanents in play might be enough. He has the mana to cast it too. Thieves Auction is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. I always see that card in Joy Run and get really excited.
Chaos Warp? Is that not? I don't mean Warp World, but isn't there like something?
Chaos Warp is the one we were talking about with shuffles a permanent in. There's Warp World where you all flip
I know
cards.
Warp World. I was just curious with the.
No, Thieves Auction is you each draft the permanents in play.
Okay. With life?
No, you like just straight up like just draft, not like Rochester draft.
Oh,
like 1,
you
2.
take turns? Oh,
should be Rochester draft. But anyways, Aaron has a Tarmogoyf to try and block down this team, but it's still smaller than a Worm Coil engine. Big enough to take down this Kolal the Forge Master, though. Let's see. Zach is just kind of sitting here with his Welder, considering his options. Does he want to weld out this Monolith into a Lodestone Golem? I mean, just all of the options. Just... He has access to every card in his graveyard and in his deck right now. Just, I don't even. Is this even a format? Like, what do you? This is like one of those dream scenarios where like you're talking about someone's like, how your deck beat this? Or like, I do this, this, and this, and you're like, that doesn't happen. Well, this is what's happening right now. He's just like, what do I want to do?
Well,
anything I can think of.
Snapcaster for Stifle, stopping the effect of the Welder. It looks like.
Yeah. So Welder's not going to happen right now, but. Looks like he was welding out the Worm Coil just to add power to the board. Weld it back in, weld it out, do a little dance, and make a ton of Worm Coil.
Whoa. We had some lightning strike. We had an earthquake, and
Bumped camera, most likely. Don't touch the tent, please. We don't want it to collapse on the players.
meanwhile, we have draft challenge number 2's top 8. They're building their decks. I see Michael Posgay. I see Caleb Durward.
Yeah. Chi-Hoi Yin, who we featured round 1 yesterday in top 8 of this draft open right now. That's all I can see from my seat right here.
Meanwhile, in play, is that a Voltaic key?
That is a Voltaic key. New school, the Batterskull's just coming into play. Sure, why not?
Dogs and cats living together.
Let's see. Yep, Grim Monolith now tapped, ready to get shot right out.
There's a Germ. Looks like he's going to move the Lightning Greaves over to the Batterskull.
Double equip Germ token. I don't know if the Batterskull is getting in. I don't actually know what's happening with that card right now. I don't know what he does. He's just kind of, moving around this Greaves and seeing what happens. Let's see. This Wormcoil is definitely getting in.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here in the booth with Ari Lax. This is the first round of the top 8 of the Star City Games Memphis Open here in Memphis.
Yeah.
We're in Legacy, and one of the best formats of all time, and we're seeing why, I think, in this match. Really cool stuff happening on the table here.
Okay, so Tarmogoyf blocks down a Batterskull token equipped with Lightning Greaves. Aaron goes on to 1 life from this Wormcoil engine. And now Zach is just kind of sitting here with the active Forge Master and Welder, ready to access his entire deck and graveyard at his whim. He is at, well, a lot more life than that, I'd assume. Plus 10, probably 20, just somewhere astronomically high for this to come back. And this Rug Delver deck doesn't really have a way to fight back. Aaron does draw a Misty Rainforest. He is able to activate that at 1 life and see what happens, but he's going to try and fight it out.
It looks like someone snuck into his hand a Creeping Corrosion.
That is in the top 8 deck list, by the way.
I know, there is one
a Creeping Corrosion floating around.
Did it make it
all the fun for this mud deck.
But I don't think it's made it. I think it might have been eliminated.
No, it was in the Elves deck that is his next round opponent if he wins.
Wow.
There's a Creeping Corrosion on the sideboard of a deck that we were already thinking was favored against mud without it. So that could be an actual disaster for the Elves deck, or for the mud deck. Let's see. Sort of sorting through, figuring out some top 8. It looks like, is that an official match result on
yes,
the Bant versus Cosgrove? Or
we're still waiting for we got that one actually. Got the
I think you might have.
I did the wrong one there.
Yep,
there we
go. Okay, these are still live.
Yeah.
Let's see. But this, on the other hand, about ready to resolve itself. Zach probably just looking around. Okay, how am I going to force through lethal this? Nope, just going to make some Wormcoils. I'm assuming the Joey duo. Yep, there we go. Life
Joe and Joey. Big Head Joe recently celebrating a birthday. Happy belated birthday, Big Head Joe. I think that was a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
I think a week.
Facebook can tell us everything. We'll take
look at this.
Forge
Goodbye,
Master.
all kinds of artifacts. Forge Master getting?
What was it sacking? It was sacking Batterskull and Grim Monolith and something else.
Well, we'll wait to see what awesome thing happens.
Are we just going for the double kill? Has that been his long game?
He's going to go for the double kill. Please be double kill.
I really want to see the double kill. I want to see the double kill.
Yes! Double kill!
Blight Sickle losses when his opponents have 1 life.
Aaron doesn't let it happen.
Zach Hicks takes it down against Rug Delver 2-1.
Sir.
Game 1, he got a little stymied by some dazes and force of wills, but games 2 and 3, Trinisphere kind of locked things up for him, literally.